So the miners are the same as they were, but what they're producing is a lot more basic. Instead of beams and pipes, I was thinking, or instead of pipes, encased industrial beams, and versatile frameworks, I was thinking I could make pipes and beams and then move them around as needed. Like, I know I'm going to need a lot of pipes for heavy modular frames and encased industrial beams for the same purpose. But maybe instead I can make as much as I need. And then when I need my modular frames, I'll use them to make modular frames. Oh, I also found out that you can sort of scroll through different variations of the same device. For example, you can scroll between, like, using the E key, you can scroll between constructor, assembler, and manufacturer, or splitter and merger, or the different kinds of power lines, power poles, and, well, and that I suppose is why I filled up the whole hotbar now. Like, there's a place for everything now. So let me just put a box down here. Flip it around the other way. Suppose I can put another box on top of it. Like that. Wait a second. Did I just make those facing the same? Yeah, I did. Okay. It's kind of sort of related to put them in the same way. One's feeding the input of. Well, this gets even more confusing. There. Now I'll put concrete in there and in that one box, and then the output in the other box. Oops. There we are. So I know I'm going to need a lot of encased industrial beams. And speaking of industrial, I figured I'd go to the next level up for the pipes, because there are a lot of those made at a time. Do I have any spare concrete? Yeah, I do. Lots of it. So I'm going to start making encased industrial beams. Of course, I'm going to have to wire up the assembler. Pull the plug on one and then add another node here. This one. And put a basic little there. I think I was going to use the remaining iron node for a rotor factory, but I could put the rotor factory like right by my base, because, and if there's no room there. Here we go. If there's no room there, then I can like bring it down to where the. Oh, I think Combine Factory used to be. Yeah, I think I went over this already. Before I forget, I gotta start the tractor going again. There we are. That truck station needs a resupply. Alright. So let's have it so that the rubber hits the road here. Yeah, you can see where the modular frames are made. All the way over here. Now maybe I could extend like the beams so that they can automatically make make heavy modular frames, but there's a lot that you need from heavy modular frames, including screws. Yeah, screws are kind of where things get kind of complicated. I should really bring a screw like all the way along here from, say, all the way over here-ish, give or take, like that node. I'd have to have the thing running all the time. Although I could just, I got a lot of spare rods, so I could just use them to make screws. Yeah, but enough about this. It's time for a manufacture. What the dickens? Modular frames and cables matter them. Okay, well, I got modular frames here. I can go pick up some cables. And then I can put together a rotor factory and a reinforced iron plate factory. I mean, the reinforced iron plate factory is probably just going to be a lot like the modular frame factory, except it'll be missing the part that makes that takes rods and makes reinforced iron plates and makes modular frames out of them. So I start running low on cables in that box, I can start the copper factory up again. Thinking, but maybe I ought to put the rod factory by the heavy modular frame factory, because, well, I think it's 500 screws to a stack. Rods to a stack, but one rod makes 4 screws, so technically I think a stack of rods represents more screws than a stack of screws does. It's like 800 instead of 500. Okay. So where is their room? Look at this thing. Huge footprint there. You know, I found out about this. It's called, at least I thought it was called, I thought that was snap mode, where you don't really have to, maybe that is snap mode. Look at how it's snapping. It's when it's close enough to, yeah, there. You see that? Okay. I feel like there ought to be a sort of a fanfare when this thing is finished building, simply because of how big it is, and how much it is. I'm pretty sure it's like the maximum. Okay, let's configure this for heavy modular frames. It takes 10. All these are under 60 except the screws. Okay. Is too steep? No, it's not. Good. So I'll send some modular frames in there and have this thing as a buffer. Well, I haven't started up the modular frames. Okay, and the rest of them, I guess I'm going to have to the thing is, these inputs are really close together, so I can't quite put boxes that close. There we go. All right. We'll go back here. We'll go back there. And the last one will go to a screw factory, or possibly a set of screw factories. Screw factories, ordinarily they put out... let me check this. I know that there are screw factories down here. Yeah, here's one. 40 a minute, normal clocked. They can go up to 80 a minute, double over, like overclocked to 200%. So I would need 3 of them. Just out of clear curiosity, these third level, yeah, 270. That should be able to handle it. Okay, so I'd take 3 screw factories, double overclocked, and make them, and merge them. And then I'd put a box in there for the rods. And there are a lot of rods. A lot of spare rods. I forget how many rotors I made. Only that I stopped making them when I ran out of steel pipes, so I guess if I let Steel Hill run for a bit, it should be able to, okay, I better take this out. There, it should be able to come up with everything I need for monorail train technology. And I am waiting forward with that breath. Maybe not breathless with anticipation, but I am anticipating it. Okay. Should have some power slugs to spare, shouldn't I? Yeah, that one's purple, but it's the last one I got. Suppose I'll have to go looking for them at some point. Yeah, these will take a long time, but makes sense. Look how many of these rods I got. It should be real easy to turn them into screws for heavy modular frames without having to, I don't know, start something up, start the factory. I got all these modular frames right now, and that's what this factory makes here, modular frames, which are complicated things to make, which is why this thing sprawls out over so much. Screw factories, by comparison, if we're just talking about working with rods here, are just a couple of construction things. Keep in mind that the philosophy I'm working on is that all this is finite. I'm not going to need an infinite supply of these things, just enough. Where to put 3 screw factories? Am I going to have to take down more of these trees? It's not something I like doing if it's like the older kind of tree, like the big kind, like that one over there. I don't want to take that down, but I will if I have to. So that's there. I think I ought to put them in a row, like right next to each other. we go. Much better. Now let's set him to make screws. And give him a double overclock. That'll be 80, so that's Mark II conveyor belt, rather than Mark I. That last one has a tree inside it. Oh, it does, and I don't think I can cut it down either. Because it's inside the constructor. It shouldn't affect the constructor, it just looks kind of weird. Let's see if I can get it out. Guess not. Alright. On the other side of here, I'll put a splitter, three-way splitter. And the number of rods should be 60 a minute all told. Back it up just a bit. Then let's put the box there for the rods. Oh wait, do I not have rods for that? Alright, let me get some more. Plus I gotta power this thing too. There. All right. Get out of my own... There we go. Yeah, get out of my own way. And where is... Climb up this ladder. Ah, here we go. I drew it from all the way down there. Interesting. Free note around here anywhere? I think I used them all up exactly, did I? It's going down there. No, I didn't. Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will connect one to this manufacturer here. Then put a Mark 1 power pole here. Getting it breaks it off at when I do that. One, two. There we go. All right. Potential drawback is I'd need to, I think I could use a box for a buffer, but I guess when the modular frames, when the heavy modular frames start coming out, then these rods will start, this rod factory will start moving again. That's my inventory. Really? Well, let me double check something here. Okay, yeah, it does need steel pipes, so I'm gonna put some in here and free up some space. And I'll put a stack of encased industrial beams in there and free up some more space. Come to think of it, eventually this is gonna get me at least one heavy modular frame with everything I've put in there to prime it. I'll need a box at the end of that too, because I think they're only like 50 a stack. What do I think I'm trying to do? Oh yeah, yeah. If you listen really closely, you can sort of hear it making the steel beam, or sorry, the heavy modular frame. Those only come out at 2 a minute, so it takes 30 seconds to make one of them. Of how long it takes to make stuff. I'll grab some steel beams so I can make some more motors. Should be there. I think. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll start making stators, and that'll start making motors. And how many of these do I have? Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to think of it, I should have enough steel beam Seems by now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's go back to the space not the space elevator, sorry, the hub. I need to go back to there. And put some in for monorail train technology. Get that going. Or at least advance it a bit. I might make a factory for, oh, come on. There we go, that's better. Yeah, a factory for Caterium processing. I mean, right now, I think the only thing you can make is quick wire. But there's nothing really wrong with that right now. I suppose I'll have to get some stuff later on to maybe to ship the quick wire to where it's needed. There's that strange alien matter. I mean, there aren't any materials nodes anywhere near it, or at least there aren't any iron nodes anywhere near it, so I'd have to ship it to where there are iron nodes. Okay, yeah, this is coming along too, really nicely. But it does mean that there aren't any beams around. And oh yeah, rods. I have a lot of them. There. You know, why don't I use my car? It's been a while since I've taken this thing out for a spin. I guess hypertubes kind of make this an outdated method of travel, but if there's somewhere that's not covered by the hypertube network, stopped using this thing. Fortunately, it lands on its feet. Not exactly going to Steel Hill, but we're going close to it. Okay, here we go. Just put all the rods in there. Okay, let's get and check how many of these modular frames I had. Those screws really are something of a single point of... There we go. I was getting sick of carrying those screws around. heavy modular frames have I got so far? 6 of them. Well, it's early days yet, and besides, I've got a heck of a lot of rods to work through.